Okay, welcome back. I'm probably not going to edit this much because I pretty well stopped and started the camera at good times. So anyway, you squeegee this out, and underneath vinyl, vinyl has micro balloons in the glue, and as you squeegee it, it actually bursts them and makes the vinyl stick better. It's sticky. But then when you squeegee it and apply the pressure, that's what actually makes those really, really sticky glues come out and really sticks. Makes it really stick to the substrate or whatever you're putting it on. So we're going to pull the tape off the wrong side first. Should have done the other side. And this is your circuit board. Yeah, baby. Now, there you go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go take this and put it in the etching solution right here on the table. So I will be back. Let me get my, well, hang on. I'll just go grab this right here. And everybody says you should wear protection, and you know, this stuff is very, very, very subtle. So you take and shake it up. And I've already used this once, so it's not as clear as it was. But it's very clear when you first get it. I mean, it's clear, you can see it. But what you want to do is I just put it all in there. And then what I do is I just drop my copper board right into the solution, and it's supposed to agitate it. What I do is just let it sit for a little bit. Once it's in there, it starts working. So it's actually etching as we speak. So let's see, what time is it now? So I'm going to stop the video. I'm not going to sit here and do this the whole time. We'll stop it at 5:25. And then I'll start it back up, and we'll see how long it actually takes to etch this board. This board I'm going to be using on the 8-foot. I did the one for the 12-foot already, which I'll show you in a few minutes. Same process. I just have to put fewer capacitors on it. Okay, so it's 5:25. I'm going to stop the camera, and what I'll do is I'll let this sit here, and then I'll come back and shake, and I'll turn the camera back on and shake it, and we'll pull it out and see what it looks like. So I'll be back. Okay, welcome back. Let's see. It's been 15 minutes, which isn't very long when you're doing this. So it took about, I don't know, it takes a while. But we'll see if anything's happened so far. It's really weird. It's like nothing happens, and then all of a sudden you'll start to see it dissolve. See, I see it around the edges. It's dissolving. It's only been in there 15 minutes, so I'll give it about 15 more minutes, and I'll come back on. Turn the camera back on, and we'll look at it again. But yeah, it's weird. It just because it goes from the surface down, and it starts to work its way out once it gets all the way down to the end of the copper, and then it really starts to eat it up. So we just have to give it a few minutes and see what happens. So I'll be back. Okay, everybody, welcome back to A Plane is Built, or a brake is built, or a press is built, or tools are built, but we're going to be eventually building an airplane, I promise. Okay, so let's see. I've started to see some etching action going on, which I know you can probably see that. Let me pull this up. See, it's already, all that's gone, all the copper's gone, starting to go away from there. That's basically what it looks like. But it's just going to need more time. So let me let it soak in there for, I don't know, about another 30 minutes or so. Agitate it a little bit here and there. The problem is, I mean, there's not much for you guys to see here, so there's no real reason to sit here with the camera on a black solution that you can't see through anyway. But you can see it's working. So as soon as I have something a little bit better here, we'll turn the camera back on and let you look. But it's working good. All right, I'll be back. Okay, we're back. It's been, I don't know what, 45 minutes or so. Yeah, about 45 minutes. So let's see what we got. Flip it up here. And let's see what we got. Well, you can see it's almost totally done. We have a little bit more here, a little bit here, and a little bit right there. So probably looking at about another 10 minutes, and it'll be totally finished. And we'll pull it out, take the vinyl off, and then I'll show you the end result. And then I'll show you the circuit board itself that I've already done. And yeah, but it's almost done. I'll be back. Okay, I think we're done. Let's pull her out of here. Get her out. Took almost exactly 45 minutes. So you see, now what happens is if you leave it in there too long, then eventually that will etch underneath of the vinyl, because there was no it's flat on top of it, so it's not really curled and locked it in. So it will eventually etch some of that etch underneath that if you keep it in there too long. So what I'm going to do is take it over here and rinse it. Hang on, let me set this down here, get this camera off the tripod here. Lord have mercy. Okay. And I'm going to bring it over here to the sink, and we're just going to run some cold water over it. Get that solution off of there. And look at the copper. That's what it looks like on the bottom. And there you go. And so let me turn this off and bring the camera back over. I'll set it down here. Put the camera on. Alright, now move this out of the way. And this stuff gets recycled, so it goes back in the bottle and it gets reused. So don't have to worry about that. It's this is the second board I've made with this, so it does a really good job. So put this stuff off. This stuff's not nearly as toxic as everybody's saying. I know somebody will say I'm going to get cancer and die, but they'll probably be from California, of course, because everybody gets cancer and dies in California for some reason. I think that's just anyway. So now what we're going to do is we're going to peel the vinyl off, and you don't have to be careful with it. It's that copper's still on there, so you're going to pull the vinyl off, and that leaves you with a nice copper circuit board. So as I pull that off, we have copper. Okay, nice crisp lines. Chris ain't got nothing to do with it, whoever that is. He's trying to take credit for my hard work. So, alright, so come over here, start this edge here. Not a lot on this about using vinyl on YouTube, but you could also go to a sign company and have them cut the vinyl for you too. Once you do, have them do you a pencil or a pen, they can do the same thing. They can just plot it out, and that'll tell you whether you've got exactly the right size that you want for your circuits and everything you want to add. So I think this does a phenomenal job. It does exactly what I need it to do. So very happy with it. So let me. Okay, so there you go. There's your circuit board, your copper. And there's the back side. And when you're done, you can take the epoxy. When you're all done, you can epoxy it. So let me go get the one that I finished and compare it to that one. And I did a reverse image of this one because I want the other one to be opposite. So let me go get my circuit board over here. And some stuff that I got. So this is basically that is that. Now, of course, you solder to the back side of that. That's how. Now this one's a mirror image, so this one is the opposite of that one, which is what I wanted. So this is the last piece that I've got to solder in, which is this right here. It goes in there, and that finishes up that board right there. So this board here is now will be complete, and the stuff I bought from China. Really, that's the only place I could find that part, and I got more of them here. Go in there. You do it obviously from the back side, so this will be the opposite. That'll be there. We'll see what else I got here. I've got almost everything I need to build two, except for a couple parts. Let's see. I got this. I got these. I got this. This. I think that's all I've got for right now. I got one of these. Okay, so now what I've got, and maybe we'll do this too. Got this, which this one goes right here. That goes there. I've got this piece. I got my terminal strip, which it solders in right here. I've got my diode, or my resistor, which it goes in between here and here. Then a wire goes from here to here, and goes from there to over here. So I got these, I got these, I got that for right there, I got those. So I've got, the only thing I have to do is buy my capacitors, but these capacitors, I don't need as many. For an 8-footer, 4-footer has 1, 6-footer would have 2, 8-footer would have 3, maybe 2. I would try it with 2 first. And the good thing about this board, the way I did this board, is I can just put 2 here, and if I wanted to add, I could put 2 more, or I could put 2 more. So if I needed 3, I could put 3. And what these are for is for when you hit the button to release the magnet, it demagnetizes. It's the power that it needs to demagnetize. And this is a thyristor. So I'm not sure how many I would need for an 8-footer. I know at the 4-footer it took 1. I think it's every 2 feet you have to add 1. So it's 4, 6, 8, 10, and then 12 for some reason you have to have 2. So a 4 you add 1, 6 you would have 2. So it would be 3, so probably 4. 3, 4. It would probably just give it a little bit more oomph when it releases. So anyway, I'm probably going to use these to make a keychain or something silly, just for the heck of it. These little scrap pieces. I don't know, maybe make something for my wife there. We'll say Filipina, it'd be nice copper, and sand it down and epoxy it. be something pretty. But anyway, that's how you make a circuit board, and there is the actual. This is the cut. This is the paper drawing of it, and it's an exact match, as you can see. It's exact. So this is the way you don't waste anything. You can make sure everything's right. And this one should be an exact match of this one. I cheated. I already had a little bit of it done, so I got to solder this in. And then what we may do is go downstairs to the drill press, and what we may do is go on and drill the holes for this, and go on and get all this stuff mounted. Get all this stuff mounted in here. And but one other thing I did forget to do, and I should have done, I was supposed to leave a little piece of copper right here, because when you put this in there and you solder here and here and here and here and here, it really these don't get used for anything on the board. They're just a connection point, so you could actually just clip those off. But on the original board, what it had was a piece of copper right here, and that copper. Well, let me show you again down here. There was a piece of copper right here because it solders one there, two there, and one here, and two here have nothing. So what happens is there's nothing to solder to. So if you look at this board here, I tried to solder that, and there's nothing there. So really, you don't need these pins. So I'd probably just cut them off on this board. I'd probably just end up cutting them off on this board because it's just a connection point for the top. Nothing goes to this board for that. So, but yeah, I forgot to do that. I should have added another piece of vinyl right there. Even if I hand cut it, if I remembered it, then I would have had a piece of vinyl right there. And then that just gives that something to solder to. But anyway, it is what it is. So let's finish this up, and I will be back, and we'll maybe drill the holes and solder this together.